Hi everyone. In this video we're going to look at box and whisker plots and looking at how to find your 5-number summary. So basically box and whisker plots are used to show your quartiles and your median, upper and lower quartiles and your extremes, so your range as well. Okay, and you're able to see all of that at a glance. So the 5-number summary is something that we need in order to be able to create a box and whisker plot. And it consists of your median, the first quartile or lower quartile, your third quartile or your upper quartile, your maximum value in the data set, and also your minimum value in your data set. And this is how you will typically see a box and whisker diagram or a box and whisker plot. So you'll see at the very far left, you've got your lowest value. Then if you go up to the next major line, you've got your lower quartile, which is here. And then you've got your median, upper quartile, and then your highest value. Now, the interquartile range, so the range between your upper quartile and your lower quartile, is what creates our box. And the median, of course, being the middle value. And then from your box, we have the whisker down to our lowest value and then a whisker up to our highest value. So when you're constructing a box and whisker plot, the first thing you need to do is put all of your data set into numerical order. So you want it from least to greatest. Then you need to look at the median or middle value in your data set. In an odd number of data, there's really only one middle number, and you can find that quite easily. If you're looking at an even set of data, then you've got to find your median by finding the 2 middle points and dividing them by 2. Okay, then your lower quartile is the median of your data set to the left of your median. Okay, so once you've found your median value, look at all the numbers in your data set to the left and find the median or the middle point of that one. Again, if it's an odd number, it's straightforward, you just find the middle value. If it's an even number, however, again, you have to divide them by 2 and find them, divide them by 2, add them together, divide them by 2, and that'll be your median for that one. Then for your upper quartile, or your Q3, you're going to do exactly the same on the right-hand side of your median, just finding the median of that data set. Then your minimum and your maximum are straightforward. That's not a problem at all. Minimum's your lowest number and your maximum's your highest number. And once you've done that, your interquartile range, or your IQR, is just the difference between your upper and lower quartiles, or your Q3 and Q1. So you just take your upper quartile, subtract your lower quartile, and that will give you your interquartile range. That's your 5-number summary. So you've got your minimum, your Q1 or your lower quartile, your median, your Q3 or your upper quartile, and your maximum. Once you've got that, those pieces of your 5-number summary, then it's time to graph that data. So you'll see you need a number line that is to scale, and it has to have all of the values in it. So you will notice from the last slides, we had values that were all over the place. So we need to ensure that our number line for our box plot has all values, regardless of where they are, and you need to go from below the minimum up to above the maximum, okay? And when we've done that, it's really simply a case of putting a mark above your minimum on your number line, then go to your Q1, put a mark above that on your number line, go to your median, put a mark above that on your number line, then your Q3 or upper quartile, put a mark above that, and then your maximum. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to extend the line of your lower quartile, your median, and your upper quartile. So that's going to be joined to make up our box. And once you've got your box, all it is simply a case of doing is joining your box to your lower number or your minimum, and then from your box to your maximum or your upper number. Then, when we've done that, that's when we start to look at the box plot and determine what it is saying to us. And this is something we looked at in our last video when we were talking about discussing the data. So you're going to look at your box plot, and you're going to then need to comment on your range or the spread of your data and what it means to your graph. Then the quartiles, you want to compare them and just explain what they're telling you about the data. You'll need to comment on the median, as that's the midpoint of our data. And then you can also look at your percentages where relevant, okay? And when you've got your graph done, you look at that, and when I talk about the percentages, what you need to do is you need to understand that the data values found inside this box represent the middle half of your data. Okay, so it's about 50% of your data. All right, and that's something you will be able to comment on when you're discussing the data in relation to whatever the graph is actually telling you about. And that is pretty much it. So all you've really got to do is find your 5-number summary, set it out above your number line, and then create your box, create your whiskers, and then start to talk about the interpretation of the data that you have being displayed in your box plot.